So Caresha, I want to say she interviewed herself because she got the dude Saucy Santana to interview her, and they are too cool for him to have a bias or an unbiased opinion or excuse me, an unbiased interview. So basically, they talked about whatever they was going to talk about before they talked about on camera, and what she going to interview and answer, and what she ain't going to answer. So it wasn't like she sat down with like me, somebody that don't know her at all, and shot some questions at her, and she answered it. She had her homeboy uh, do it, and they even though it was a controlled interview in their own environment, I still feel like he did okay as far as getting off the questions that people wanted to know. So um, one thing I liked about what she said, she addressed the Diddy situation head on, right? And I like the fact that she didn't turn Gene Squill on Diddy. She ain't go out like a bitch nigga like these other niggas. She stood tall, and the fact that regardless to what the allegations are against Puff, she didn't let that overshine what he did for her, right? The the inspiration he gave her, the encouragement he gave her, the the confidence he gave her, the advice he gave her, his connections that he gave her, and help building up. She is like, yo, I saw what everybody else saw. That wasn't my experience with him, right? But however, I still gotta, distance myself from him, not for the fact that I feel like he's guilty of any of this stuff, you know, but like he got so much heat on him right now that is just in my best interest, you know, to just step away from him at this moment. Like I love him, we love each other. She's like, I'm not going to take away the fact that we was in love and like he did a lot for me. She's like, shit, I still got my podcast and he not even here. So like he really put me in position. So I'm just because all this stuff came out, that ain't my experience with him. And he did bat for me. And I forever will be grateful for him, even if he is a fucked up nigga. But right now, I'm gonna give him his space and let him deal with what he got to deal with. But I'm not gonna kick his back in. I'm not gonna do that. And she, to me, is what I expected from a Roger Bond being a street nigga. Just because him being a street nigga, I wouldn't think that. Like I would think that he would have that attitude. I would think that somebody like Gene would have that attitude because Gene, even when Patrick from the PBD podcast asked him, "Yo, why you flip on Diddy?" and Unique asked him what was his motive, it was never what Diddy did to him. It was what Diddy did to other people and him trying to help collect money on it. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas, they kicked Diddy back in without saying, "Yo, he a fucked up nigga, but he gave me great opportunity. I wouldn't be who I am. You wouldn't even be interviewing me right now if it wasn't for him." You know what I'm saying? Even though, despite all the allegations against him and his dark side, blah blah blah, You can keep it real, but don't act like the nigga did not do good for you, because Gene can't tell you shit he did bad to him at all. He can't tell you one thing he did bad for him. It's he didn't tell. He told Miss Wallace he didn't know who he was after he told him to tell if anybody asked who he was. He didn't. He wasn't supposed to know who Diddy was. I mean, who Gene was, because to protect him for his job being law enforcement. So that's his beef with Diddy. Or he didn't tell Miss Wallace. When Miss Wallace asked who Gene was, he said, "I don't know." That's his big gripe with Diddy. After he told him to say that. That nigga gripe was that money. That's what that is. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Caresha. I respect her transparency. I respect her coming out here and addressing it head on, not like all the other Diddy friends like Jay-Z. Suck ass knucker. Just abandon him like that, and you running from the media, hide, ain't got nothing to say. So shout out to Caresha, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't see her. Well, you know, there's always going to be haters. She's always going to have haters, you know, and people going to have a different opinion. But for me, right, if that ain't her experience, if Diddy wasn't beating her ass and all that other stuff, which I feel like by the time he got to Caresha, he already was aware of his demons and went through his dark past with Cassie, this, that, and other, to know not to be doing that shit no more. Similar to kind of like R. Kelly. When by the time R. Kelly got locked up, he wasn't messing with no little girls no more, because he learned his goddamn lesson. And the past came and took him, his past came and took him under, even though he may have been somewhat rehabilitated, so to speak. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but that's the best way I could say it. I'm not going to say, when I say rehabilitated, like we was not seeing him with girls 15, 14, 16 at the age that he went to jail no more. At the age that he went to jail, he wasn't doing that no more. We wasn't seeing that. That wasn't a conversation. Same thing with Diddy. By the time he got to Caresha, after what he went through with Kim, losing Kim, Kathy, losing her, he probably saw the fucked up side of him to not put Caresha through what he put these other women through, right? Because if you keep doing the same shit forever, that shit is insanity. At least that's what they say. If you don't learn from your mistakes, that shit is insanity. You know what I mean? But so I'm just going to give her props as a woman, because she handled it as a grown woman. Because she turned on him later and this, that, and another. Time will tell. We'll see. But the interview she gave here, I feel like she addressed everything straight on. She even addressed the JT situation. The City Girls are no more. They broke up. You know what I'm saying? And all the other things y'all want to know. She ain't sugarcoated. So I suggest you check it out if you care. Now,